As this happens, the metta will change to compassion, the compassion will change to joy, and in the sixth jhana, after infinite space, you will start to see the insight into the different sense doors, the different sense consciousnesses that occur in every moment. And as you're watching that, you realize they're flickers, whether it's visual or fluttering sounds, whether it's ear consciousness. And you realize that each consciousness is its own self-contained packet. There is no self and a permanent, continuous flowing self that is occurring. It is happening in every moment. So you get the insight into non-self. You get the insight into impermanence of non-self. And you realize at a certain point that this flickering on and off is quite burdensome. That is the dissatisfaction or unsatisfactoriness, or dukkha as it's called. But your awareness and mindfulness should now be on the spaces between each flicker of consciousness. Eventually it'll slow down to a point where you are at a level of emptiness, of nothingness rather. You will call it nothingness. And you stay with the nothingness, and it will transform into equanimity. So from compassion you go into joy for some time, and that joy is brought about not in the same joy as in the first and second jhana. It's a different kind of joy, which is born out of compassion. When you radiate compassion out into infinite space, you immediately connect with other beings, and there's an empathy that is born, and that joy that comes out of seeing those beings happy is that joy that you will feel, and that will transform into equanimity as you go into nothingness, after you see the insight into the three marks of existence, that is anatta, anicca, and dukkha, or non-self, impermanence, and suffering or unsatisfactoriness. Now, as you observe the nothingness, you are allowing the equanimity to radiate outward on its own. At this point, mind has become so calm that it only applies 6 R's when necessary on its own. Now there is no effort. All you're doing is observing completely equanimity, and the 6 R's are happening on their own whenever little flickers are occurring.